figure. Hello and very good morning. Today, our group will discuss about Maths Chapter 3, Equation, Inequality, and Absolute Value. Before that, let our group introduce ourselves. First, my name is Hari Hishamuddin bin Muhammad Uzuki from F3T01A.
And my name is Tuan Muhammad Farhan bin Tuan Rashid from F3T01A.
My name is Fariza Shahira Minta Abdul Razak from F3P01A.
My name is Irene Nordiana binti Muhammad Izzuddin from F3T01A.
Okay, thank you. Before closing deeper in this chapter, let's find out first what is equation, inequality, and absolute value. First, what is equation? In algebra, an equation can be defined as a mathematical statement consisting of an equal symbol between two algebraic expressions that have the same value. Next, what is inequality? Inequality in mathematics, the statement of an order relationship such as greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, between two numbers of algebraic expressions. Inequalities can be posed either as questions, much like equations, and solved by similar techniques, or as statements of facts in the form of theorems. Lastly, what is absolute value? Absolute value describe the distance from zero that a number is on the number line without considering direction. The absolute value of a number is never negative. Now, let's move to the other members. So, Fariza, how far you know to use equation in our daily life?
For me, equations are actually used by us in daily life. As we know, most the mathematics is depends on the equation, and mathematics is one of the discipline which is we utilize in everyday life. Thus, we use equation very frequently in daily life. The mathematical description of two entities that are equal, one on each side of an equal sign, is an equation. Equation can help us address problems in our daily life. We frequently see pre-algebra like uh, we frequently seek pre-algebra assistance in order to solve real-life challenges. Pre-algebra principles are the fundamentals of mathematics. Computer chips are now found in all of the appliances we use on daily basis, such as washing, dryers, automobiles, and bags. All of the chips in this device are built use mathematical calculation and algorithm. Mathematical equations are also employed in traffic control, aeroplanes, the space program, and medicine. Among other applications, as a result, we must always keep in mind that outcome of each arithmetic equation has the ability to change the world. That is why all mathematical equations are crucial in our daily life. That's all for me. Thank you. Back to Haris.
Thank you, Fariza. Next, let's move to Erin. Okay, Erin, why absolute value is important in our daily life?
Absolute value is important in our daily life because finding the absolute value of a number is one of the most important non-binary operation. The absolute value doesn't pay attention to whether a number is positive or negative, only how far that number is from zero. Note that the absolute value of the difference of two numbers and is the distance between them. That's one of the main uses of absolute values. It allows you to use algebra to work with distances, and therefore you can use algebra to study a lot of geometry. What is the example of absolute value in real life? One application has to do with transfer of money. Depending on who your accountant is, if you owe me money, that shows up on my spreadsheet as a positive number. If I owe you money, that shows up as negative number. Regardless of who owes whom, when the debt is paid, it is a positive amount of money that is moved. It is hard to find actual instances of negative number in the real world. Negativity usually has to do with some reference point that is chosen to represent zero. Negative numbers are a convenient fiction that help to make mathematics work simply and consistently. The physical world is full of positive values. The concept of absolute value converts our negative fictions into positive realities. That's all from me. Back to Haris.
Thank you, Ari. Lastly, Farhan, can you explain why inequalities is useful in our daily life?
For me, do you know inequalities exist in life as well as in math? In math, the inequalities help us. The reason why inequalities are important is that they allow us to set constraint to a given situation and help us arrive at a solution. Let's say you need at least $100 to go to a concert, but you only have $27 and your allowance is $10 per week. You need to calculate how many weeks it will take for you to get the required money. What do? You set up an inequality. If W is the number of weeks, then 27 plus 10W bigger than 100. Now, solve for W. This is an example of a one variable inequality. Or like I need to buy 2 blouses and a pair of pants but have a budget of only $75. How would I know how much can I spend on each blouses and the pair of pants? What would I do? I set up an inequality. 2x plus y less than 75. This is an example of a two-variable inequality. Here x represent the cost of each blouse and y represent the pair of pants. I go ahead and solve this inequality to find the cost of each blouse and the cost of a pair of pants. I can solve the inequality graphically using technology or algebraically. 20 and 30 is one such solution for this inequality. I can spend $20 on 2 blouses and $30 on a pair of pants and the total cost will be 70. Thank you. Back to Harry.
Thank you, everyone. We are approaching our discussion today. I hope everyone is aware of the importance of equality, inequality, and absolute value in our daily life and use it expensively to facilitate our daily life affairs. With that, I conclude my speech. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.